Live from the rinks, it's Wednesday night hockey, it's the JV playoffs. It's the 2 seed versus the 7 seed. It's the St. Anthony's Friars versus Sachem. Braves versus Friars. It's always a great rivalry to see. Sachem versus St. Anthony's isn't always something you get to see. We get to see it this year. But St. Anthony's kind of goes back and forth between the Suffolk County High School Hockey League like they think they're Notre Dame. So we'll take them while they're here, and we'll see how long it lasts. But it's great while it's here. Starting goaltenders tonight. First, St. Anthony's, Shane Ryan, the all-star from the JV game back in December. He's got the nod. On the other side, it's Michael D. Girolamo. Say that 3 times fast. Injuries and absences. Zachary Cyril, only played 7 games, had 17 points, but you need to play 11 games to play in the playoffs. Jack McHyman is out. Cormac Terry is out. But other than that, St. Anthony's will have most of their bodies. On the other side, Mickey Russ is out. Joseph Wandling is out. Christopher Suriano is out. Russ also did not play the necessary 11 games. But if you're St. Anthony's, if you're Sachem, you can take heart in the fact you're not missing your top scorer like East Islip was last game against Smithtown Halpog. That was the 1 versus the 8 seed. Smithtown Halpog advances after a 7-1 victory. And now we're on Sachem versus St. Anthony's. This is a big game for both teams. It's a rivalry game, and it's not one that I expect to be, you get this idea in your head about 2 versus 7 games, how it won't be close. East Islip was tied with Smithtown for half the game, and they didn't have their top scorer. In a game like Sachem versus St. Anthony's, a big rivalry game, I don't think you'll see anything similar to a 7-1 outcome. It's a big game. It's win or go home. And I expect the pace of play to reflect that. Jack Ziskin alongside John Levecchia on camera. Leading scorers for tonight, James Shendor for St. Anthony's Gold. 38 points on the season, 14 goals, 24 assists. He's followed up by James Aspromonte, who has 14 goals, 17 assists. That's good for 31 points. Aiden Strzelecki, 18 goals, 10 assists. That's good for 28. And Eric Barbaro, who has 19 goals, 4 assists. That's good for 23. On the other side, Chase Saunders, 13 goals, 12 assists, 15 games played. That's good for 25 points. So there's a bit of a firepower gap between these two teams. That's not a knock on Sachem. But if the Braves are going to survive this game in advance, it's going to come down to shutting down St. Anthony's top scorers as best as possible. Well, there's a funny quote I got from one of the St. Anthony's coaches for the developmental squad, Kevin McGuire, before the game. And he told me this: I know a lot of you think you're preparing your kids for the NHL. I'm preparing them for my beer league team. So even though this is the playoffs, let's sit back, relax, watch these kids have some fun. You only get to play high school hockey once in your life. And tonight it's in the playoffs. Face off, won by St. Anthony's, but the puck comes to Saunders. He can't collect. Takes a couple bounces, and Schendorf gets it back. Makes the lead pass, but it's offsides. Face off just outside the zone. Face off one forward by Schendorf, but the puck comes out to Wilson. It bounces off the wall. Saunders can't collect, Schendorf does. Schendorf, the captain for the Sachem squad, moves it on for Catazone, who enters the zone, carries it in with blinding speed, cuts around the back of the net, wraparound attempt, stopped by D. Girolamo. Probably going to say that in slow motion a couple times to cover up the fact that I'm not perfect with saying DiGirolamo's name. Face off now. Schendorf still in the dot, but it's won by Sachem. Schendorf gets it back off the dot, makes the backhand pass. Shot goes wide of the net. Aspromonte gets it, and then that's broken up by McGuire. Puck in the corner now. Aspromonte with it. Backhand pass. That's intercepted. Then it leaves the zone. Drago carries it in. Fires a shot towards the net, but not on it. Then Broom gets it, moves it forward. Schendorf gets it, fires it in. No icing. McGuire the C on it. Father coaches developmental team as the puck goes all the way down. Sullivan's on it. Gets knocked off of it. Puck goes bouncing into the corner. Eventually settled. Fired towards the net and blocked by Miller. Moved up along the half wall. And Ashton gets it. Makes the lead pass to Sassine. He fires a shot on it. That's turned aside. Puck in the corner. Fired towards the net. Shot. Save by DiGirolamo. He'll get a little faster as the game keeps going with that one, but it'll be another face-off in the Sachem defensive zone. Ashton in the dot for St. Anthony's. He wins it. Puck ends up along the wall. Comes to the point. Point shot is blocked. Lucevera got a stick on it, but couldn't collect the pass. In open ice, Miller gets a backhand on it, fires it back down. Then the pass comes to Taylor Ratio. Then ends up deep in the zone. Puck comes back up along the half wall for St. Anthony's. Pass intended for Ashton is broken up. Sachem will head the other way. O'Connor carries it into the zone. Puck takes a couple bounces. And it ends back up with St. Anthony's along the wall. Can't be corralled by Catazone. So Taylor Ratio carries it in. Ashton gets it back. Then the puck goes behind the net for Bisagno. Along the wall now, Lucevero chips it back in. Savalas had it for a second, ends up moving it. Then the lead pass goes to Ashton. He can't sell it. So Matera fired it back in on the dump. St. Anthony's moving the puck back up ice now. Schendorf has it. Makes an escape turn along the wall. Fires a cross ice pass. Shot fired. Buckered aside. And in the corner now. Schendorf picks up behind the net. Looking for the centering pass. Can't find it. Shot and another save by DiGirolamo. Shot from the point. Blocked. Moved up ice. But not far enough. As that was intercepted. Then moved D to D. Schendorf turns it over to Saunders, but Saunders can't settle it. And St. Anthony's enters the zone. Fires a shot just wide of the net, or deflected, well wide of the net. That ends up along the wall. Schendorf has it now in the corner, looking for the pass. Finds Kormichalikis, who gets it back to Schendorf. Throws to Kormichalikis, shot and a save. And then DiGirolamo covers it, that is. Face off now in the dot, and it's one forward by St. Anthony's. Ends up behind the net. Strzelecki on it, finds the open man. Shot goes over the net. Picked up on the opposite wall by Miller. Won't leave the zone. It's kept in. Comes to Schendorf. Rebound. Save! Puck comes all the way out. And then goes wide of the net. Net guard goes flying on the ice as the puck ends up behind the net. That shot from Aspromonte, my apologies. Finds the open man. Comes back to Aspromonte. Under pressure from McGuire, who forces him to move the puck. Comes to the point. Shot. Deflected. Then goes off the pad. In the corner now. Official loses his footing for second. And the puck doesn't leave the zone on that attempted clear. Picked back up by Broom. He fires it up the boards. And it's gotten out. No icing. Sachem will take the clears. Catazone goes to recover. Looks up ice. Fires it all the way down to Schendorf, who has it poked off his stick. Turnover behind the net. Puck changes hands half a dozen times before Schendorf gets it and moves it into the corner. Pass intended for Aspromonte goes off his skate. That pass coming from Anthony SCHCHSHL goes all the way down. It's left for Ryan, or Ryan rather, leaves it for Bissigno. Moved up towards Forte. It was a turnover by Bissigno. Puck comes back. Sachem will regroup. That pass is intercepted by Cicino. Outside the zone now. Carried in to the outside. Shot fired. Blocker to side. Lucevaro picks it up. Tried to chip it out. He couldn't. St. Anthony's gets it in deep. Sachem tries to move it up the boards. That doesn't work. Lucevaro gets it. Chips it forward. Under pressure from Ashton, and he loses the puck. Moves it up the boards. Kept in by Telleratio. His shot is turned aside. Along the wall now. Moved up ice. But fired back down by McGuire. St. Anthony's heading up ice. Coming in, shot, save! That shot coming from Rocco. But now Sachem heads the other way. Saunders to the outside. Poked off a stick by Savalas. Puck kept in by Wilson. Comes down to Saunders. He circles the net. Backhand pass. Almost finds Telleratio, and then St. Anthony's gets the clear. Thanks to Eric Barbaro. Puck along the wall now. Barbaro can't move it forward. And the pass comes all the way out to Catazone, who carries it in for St. Anthony's. Cuts to the outside, cuts back in. Shot to save. Rebound save. Puck is covered by DiGirolamo. Michael DiGirolamo coming up with big save after big save, keeping Sachem in this game. Face off in the defensive zone for Sachem. Rocco in the dot. Face off won by St. Anthony's. Puck is loose behind the net for Michaelikis. Picked up and cleared by Sachem. Arm is in the air. Puck will come all the way out. Played by Ryan. Clock reads 7:49. Appears that Sachem's going to be going on the power play. Barbaro will be heading to the box. Power play for Sachem. Face off one forward. Along the wall now. Comes out. St. Anthony's has it. Aspromonte forced around. Sachem trying to get out of their own zone. Turnover forced by Schendorf. Then Miller gets the clear. Great pressure by St. Anthony's and Schendorf to start off this kill. Puck comes out to Aspromonte, takes a bounce, comes out to Miller. On the backhand, gets caught up with Draco. St. Anthony still has possession. Puck comes across to Miller, it bounces over his stick. He's under pressure, so he's going to try and send it. And he does. McGuire comes out to play it. Behind the net of DiGirolamo. Pass comes out. Wilson pokes it forward, gains the zone. Comes in, fires shot. That goes way wide in the net. McGuire pinches, keeps it in. Puck comes down to Saunders. Escaping pressure. Moves it to Lucevaro. Then tipped in front. Shot on that of Ryan. Then thrown off the back of the net. Puck is loose in the slot. Wasn't covered, comes out. And SCHCHSHL gets the clear. Comes out to McGuire. His pass goes to Wilson, who carries it in, takes the hit. Pergolesi gets that in. Stoltenberg will chase against Sevelis. Stoltenberg comes away with the puck, makes the pass. Puck ends up behind the net. Sachem can't make the pass to the slot. Net was off. So a whistle and a face-off in the St. Anthony zone. Under 10 seconds remaining on this power play after the Barbero penalty. Pergolesi couldn't win that face-off. St. Anthony's wraps it around. Kormichaelikis on it. Matura on against him. Pass intended for Ashton was broken up. Puck is in the corner. Penalty expires as St. Anthony's gets the 5-on-5. Puck comes out to Stoltenberg. Carries it in. Fires a shot. That's almost gloved by Ryan. He can't quite settle it. Then a pass intended for the front of the net. There was nobody there except for Sevelis. That might have been Catazone. St. Anthony's cross-ice pass intended for Cecino. Couldn't connect on the one-timer. Puck in the corner now, still with St. Anthony's. Forte forces a turnover. Sachem heads the other way. Stoltenberg carries it in. Fires a wrist shot just wide of the net. Catazone moves it up the ice. Puck comes across. Bounces past Aquino. Ashton will apply pressure. As Sachem resets, puck ends up in the corner. Lost footing forces McGuire, the captain, to go into the corner and try and retrieve it. Puck comes out towards the point. Shot from Catazone, blocked, rebound in front, shot, scores! St. Anthony's gets on the board. It's 1-0. Just watch this shot. It's a great first stop, but then the rebound comes out, and Vito Cecino puts it right in the back of the net. Just, your goalie made the first save, but when you can't clear the puck and the second shot goes in, you can't really turn around and blame him for obvious reasons. Face off at center. And it's one forward by St. Anthony's. Aspermonte has it, makes his move, but gets tied up, and then a pass in front. Broken up, puck is loose in the slot. Comes back out and kept in by Miller. Scorsha on it. He can't settle it. And then Torquato tried to get it out. He couldn't. Puck comes back to Schendorf. Schendorf fires a shot. That goes over the net. Might have been deflected. Then it's fired back around the boards. It's going to come up towards Miller. Miller pinches to keep it in. McGuire can't settle it. Puck behind the net. Broom on it. Forces the turnover. And Sachem heads up ice. Delricio's pass towards the center. Goes bouncing. Ryan will cover it. And we have a whistle. 3:47 remaining in the first period. It's 1-0 in favor of St. Anthony's. Michael D. Alamo standing on his heads here tonight. Just couldn't ask him really to try and stop that rebound. Rocco wins it along the wall, collects the puck and tried to clear it. It's kept in by Pergolesi before it finally leaves the zone. Barbero chips it forward. Kormichaelikis skates into it, cuts to the outside, pass in front, broken up. Barbero picks it up along the wall. Finds Kormichaelikis, who throws it across. Puck ends up in the corner. Then up along the wall for Sevelis. Now with Kormichaelikis again. Under pressure, and it's poked off his stick. It'll leave the zone. St. Anthony's resets. Barbero has it taken off his stick by Pergolesi. And then a cross-ice pass goes awry. Rather, pass towards the slot goes awry. As Lucivero gets it in deep. Puck comes up along the wall. And then to Barbero. Sachem breaks that one up, gets the clear. Puck comes all the way down for Bisagno. Carried in, shot goes wide of the net. Shot from Leone as it's picked up by Barbero. Carried towards the net. Before it's poked off his stick. And now Saunders heads the other way with speed. Carries it in, fires a shot. Blocker aside by Ryan. Picked right back up by St. Anthony's. They try and move it up. They do. Comes to Ashton and then Leone. It's a 2-on-2. Then that pass is broken up. Ashton collects. Ends up chipping it behind the net. Then towards the point. Tipped in by Catazone. Rocco throws it towards the net. Leone gets it. Shot. Blocker to side and into the netting. .13:07 gone by in the period. Ashton in the dot for St. Anthony's. And he wins it back. Shot from Leone goes just wide. Picked up by Ashton. He moves it back to Miller. Puck goes bouncing along the wall. Leone can't settle it. Wilson forces the turnover. He's going to carry it out. Makes the lead pass intended for Stoltenberg. Goes right to Miller. And Miller chips it right back up. But Cicino, the goal scorer, can't settle it. Comes to Ashton. Then Cicino. Shot. Save! Puck comes all the way down. Miller gets it. Tried slowing down for the icing. That had already been waved off previously as Sachem forces a turnover. Behind the net, it's Drago. Looking for the pass. Can't find it. Fires towards the net, or tried to, but took a big hit from Miller. Pass towards the slot is broken up by Ashton. St. Anthony's has numbers heading the other way. Enter the zone. Ashton regroups, moves it into the corner. Aspromonte now gets it back to Ashton, who cuts through. Save! Rebound is loose. Shot from Ashton, and another save by D. Alamo. We're going to get that at full speed at some point by the end of the broadcast. Just watch how Ashton just carves through here. Rebound, puck comes loose. He gets another chance. Waits, makes his move again. Just perfect shot. Have to cut that short for the face-off. Schendorf in the dot. The face-off is won to McGuire for Sachem, who tries chipping up the boards, but is intercepted by Aspromonte, who's knocked off the puck by McGuire. Gets it back, tried to make a backhand pass to Schendorf, that's broken up. McGuire gets it and chips up the boards. Takes a weird bounce, but it gets out of the zone nonetheless. The captain, Schendorf, settles it, and then moves it back. Cross-ice pass to Aspromonte, also wearing a C on his jersey. And then makes a pass to the other C in Schendorf. Then back to Aspromonte, it's turned over. Time running out on the period. Sachem won't get a shot off before time expires, and they'll head into the second period down 1-0. It could have been worse. But Michael D. Alamo just made a ton of fantastic saves, and at some point I'm going to be able to get his name at full speed. Apparently we're not there yet. Just over 30 seconds remaining in intermission. Alamo, Ryan, heading out to their respective benches. Alamo really keeping Sachem in this game. Large part of the reason it's only 1-0 after one. Sachem has played a fairly smart game. They've tried to keep St. Anthony's to the outside. They've done an okay job at it. It's just going to be about making sure that effort, well, not necessarily that effort. The effort is consistent, just making sure the results are consistent. Face off now at center. Cisco heading onto the ice a little bit late. Pergolese versus Rocco in the dot. And the face off is won by St. Anthony's. Puck ends up with Catazone. He moves it up ice. Then it's settled by Forte. Fires it up the boards. It's chipped in by Sachem. Ryan will leave it for Sevelis, who moves it up the boards. Pergolese kept it in. Then the puck bounced out for Cisco, who chipped it forward under pressure before Mike Likas. Rocco fired it into the zone on net. And then got the puck in the corner, moved it up to the points for Sevelis. He's going to step in. Fires a shot, blocker to side by DiGirolamo. Puck comes back to the point. Shot, blocked. That was a bit of friendly fire there after Sevelis. And then that shot right into the breadbasket of, you guessed it, Michael DiGirolamo. You just can't ask your goalie to do more than he has. He's just been phenomenal tonight. 44 seconds into the first period. Face-off won by Rocco. Comes to the point. That shot is blocked. Takes a couple bounces. Then ends up in the corner. Along the wall now. Comes to Barbero. And then comes out to the point for Catazone. His shot blocker to side. Comes out to Sevelis. And then blocker side. Puck almost went in! But it was saved by Broom. Now, Sachem heads the other way. They gain the zone. Marcus got a bit tied up there. St. Anthony's heading up ice, but great defensive play. Stops that as Drago fires a shot from well outside the zone. And then a shot from the corner. Big hit after that. But play continues. Barbero, under pressure, moves the puck. Wilson's going to keep that one in. Walks the line, fires a shot. Tipped! Ryan got the save. Drago's shot blocked. St. Anthony's fires it up the boards. Comes to Cormike Likas. He takes a big hit. Comes to Barbero. He's coming in 2-on-2. And his shot goes way wide. And he crashes into the goalie. DiGirolamo makes a big save. Puck bounced loose. Should have moved to avoid contact there, but I guess the officials thought it was incidental enough that there was no call. Shot fired on net. Ryan turns to the side. St. Anthony's now on the breakout. McGuire trying to keep Ashton to the outside, and he does with the poke check. Puck now leaves the zone, heading the other way. Torquato has it, cuts to the inside, loses the puck, big hit off the play, shot, save by Ryan. That was a big hit on open ice well after moving the puck. Sachem will go on the power play with a chance to even the score. Miller will head to the box. Sachem will head on the power play. Schendorf, Aspromonte, Sullivan, and Catazone, the killers for St. Anthony's. Marcus in the dot for Sachem. Can't win it, comes out to Sullivan, who tries to move it up the boards. It's fired out of the zone. The Matera has already gotten there. Puck comes to Tayloricio. Sachem checks up as the puck ends up behind the net. Ryan tries to fire it forward, but it's intercepted by Tayloricio. Pass goes across the slot towards Schendorf. He gets it. He's heading the other way. It's a 2-on-1. Matura is back. Schendorf and Aspromonte. Pass broken up. Comes to Tayloricio. Picked up by Wilson. He heads in 2-on-2. Makes the pass to center. Saunders can't settle it on his backhand. Schendorf gets it. Heads up ice. Fires it down. Ironically, the 2-on-1 led to the best chance Sachem's had on the power play. Marcus picks it back up. Looks up ice. Finds Tayloricio. He can't settle it, though, so it's going to end up in the corner. Catazone's on it. He fires that all the way down across the ice. DiGirolamo picks it up. Makes the easy pass to Wilson. Moves the puck up ice. That's broken up. Scorsha has it. He carries it in. Chips it into the corner. Wilson picks that up. Under pressure. But he has the puck. Makes a dangerous pass into the slot. but it's picked up and shot out of the zone by Sachem. Forward shot right back in. Matura gets it out. This time it's settled by Drago. He backhands it on net. Rebound bounces loose. And the puck's in the corner. Now behind the net, Sevelis picks it up. Tried to fire it up the boards. McGuire pinches to keep it in. Puck's going to come back all the way out on the other side. Stoltenberg couldn't settle it though. Bounces, but it's kept in by Broom. Comes back to Stoltenberg. His shot goes wide. Just under 15 seconds remaining on the power play. Just realized that clock hasn't been running the whole time. My apologies. SCHSHL's play is broken up. Sachem's intended clear comes to Stoltenberg. Oh, no, it doesn't come to Stoltenberg. There's going to be 1 second on the power play in the Sachem zone. So Miller will come out with 1 second. So basically the puck will drop, he'll be out, it'll be 5-on-5. So it's going to be important for Sachem here is the Ashton line heads out to make sure you have this puck right after the whistle. You don't want to have St. Anthony's gain possession with a guy coming out of the box. Face off won by St. Anthony's, shot poked aside by DiGirolamo. Torquato sets up under pressure. Ashton forced the turnover. And then it's forced right back by Cisco. Puck ends up in the opposite corner. Lucifero picks it up. Tries to get it out. And then his pass is intercepted by Cecino, the goal scorer, the lone goal scorer in this game. Lucifero gets it in deep. Bisagno gets it. Moves it up the boards towards Cecino, who chips it out. And now St. Anthony's has a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Puck comes to Leone. Poked off his stick from behind on the back check. Then an intended clear is broken up. Cecino gets a shot. That's blocked. Still bouncing. It's in the zone. Ashton picks it up, keeps it in. Makes the pass. Shot. Save! By DiGirolamo. Picked up by Lucifero. Moves it forward to Torquato, who dumps it in. He'll go for the change. Pergoluzzi with chase. Bisagno on it. He's under pressure. Moves it up the boards to Kormichaelikis. Kept in. Sachem trying to create pressure. Puck came across. Tayloricio couldn't settle it and get the shot off. Puck went all the way across. Now St. Anthony's carries it in. Ooh. Forte goes for the clear. It goes out. St. Anthony's had guys changing. Crowd wants a too many call. I don't necessarily would have gone that far. If someone had touched up with the puck, it would have been. St. Anthony's is checked up. Fired up the boards towards Tayloricio. But it bounced all the way out, and now it's with Kormichaelikis. Makes the pass. To the point, and then the puck comes to Rocco. Makes the lead pass into the zone for Barbero. His shot gobbled up by DiGirolamo. Shots aren't on the board, and the Suffolk County High School Hockey League doesn't keep track of high danger chances, but if they did, I'd say he's probably dealt with 12 high danger chances tonight. And you know, if the shots were up on the board, I'd say it was about 25 already. At least. Nah, probably 25. Face off one by St. Anthony's. Kormichaelikis moves the puck across the Catazone, who fires a shot. That's deflected over the net. Rocco on the rebound. Backhands it behind the net. Broom picks it up. Tried to sweep it out of the zone. Didn't work. Shot from Sevelis turned aside. Puck ends up behind the net. Kormichaelikis. Turnover on the pass. Then Broom shoots it down. Where it's settled by Catazone. Catazone's clear, one off Saunders. And then the puck comes to Kormichaelikis. Picked up by Broom. Turns over. St. Anthony's has it. Pass in front. Shot. Goes wide of the net. Picked up by Kormichaelikis. Circling. Comes up towards the line. Makes a move. And then loses the puck, but his teammate picks it up. Shot on net, and that's turned aside by DiGirolamo. Great pace this game for St. Anthony. Sachem just trying to stay alive here, trying to force a turnover, get a chance in transition to even this game up. I'd say the one thing that's going for you if you're Sachem is that at least it doesn't appear, he wasn't listed as absent by St. Anthony's head coach, but Strzelecki hasn't been on the ice as far as I can tell all game, and that's a big loss for St. Anthony's as the puck goes right through the slot, picked up by Stoltenberg. But it's on Drago's backhand. Sullivan's going to chip that in. Schendorf had to check up, and then the D-to-D pass allows the puck to get Saunders. He dodges the hit, comes in on the odd man rush, fire shot, save, rebound, still loose. Puck is loose still. Marcus has it. Looks for the open man, can't find it. Turnover, and now Scotia heads the other way. Ventura tries to chase him down. He won't get to him. Scotia shot, scores! You know, I was just talking about how Sachem needs to make the most of their opportunities in transition. They got a good chance there, but then Scotia goes the other way. He just comes in, just perfect five-hole placement on that shot, just perfect. You can't ask for anything better than that. It's 2-0 Sachem. Or it's 2-0 St. Anthony's, my apologies. Sachem down 2-0. I meant to say one or the other. I ended up putting them together in the completely wrong way as Sachem wins that face-off. Then it's shot down. Sevelis gets it out of the zone. Aspromonte drops it to Scotia. Coming off that beauty of a breakaway goal. He has great speed. Not a lot of points on the year, though. Puck comes back to Scotia. Pass! Shot goes wide! Not a good 2-on-1 chance to give up there. You got to keep the puck away from your own net. A little bit better than that. Schendorf moves the puck across. Shot on net. Goes off the iron. Puck comes in front. Wilson settles it under pressure. He tries to backhand it out, and he does. Sachem gets it. Cross ice pass. Caloricio can't settle it. Pergolizzi can't get it in. And now Aspromonte leads the charge the other way. Broken up by Matura. Puck behind the net. Both players go down. Tied up there. Pass comes in front. Shot. Blocked. Wilson fires it down. Saunders is in. All alone. Shot. Save. Correction, there was a back checker there. All alone might have been a bit of a stretch as Saunders was caught from behind. And now he's forced to reset outside of his own zone. Sachem checks up. They'll chase now. Puck bounced off the wall. Trickles out to Scotia, who fires the cross ice pass to Cicino. Or correction, that was Rocco. 92, not 82. As the puck comes back up. Picked up by Ashton, who chips it right back in. Nope, that was Cicino. That was right the first time. Cicino gets it to Ashton. Ashton fires it across with the saucer pass. It's settled by Catazone. He carries it in. Wilson tried to poke it off his stick, couldn't. The puck comes behind the net for Cicino. Puck comes to Ashton, and then it leaves the zone. Sachem has the 3-on-2, 4-on-2 if they hurry. Lucevaro has to skate into that one after an ill-timed pass. And he just can't settle it in time. That's just a missed opportunity because of a miscommunication in the rush. They can't have that if they're going to come back from this 2-0 deficit. Ashton loses the puck to Forte. Puck is chipped up the boards. Lucevaro to O'Connor. He's going to carry this one out of the zone. 3-on-2. Fires a shot. That's turned aside by Ryan. Rebound. Saunders just couldn't get to it. It's fired back in deep. It's going to come out for Cicino. McGuire tried to pinch. He couldn't. And now Ashton heads in. In shot. Save! DiGirolamo. Another save and another shot and another save. Wow. Catazone's pass goes all the way across. Caloricio gets it. He's under pressure, though, from Cormichaelikis. So with speed, takes the hit. The odd man rush is broken up. Officials behind the play, fixing the net of DiGirolamo. As the pass comes to Miller, he chips up the boards towards Barbero. Barbero carries it back in. He's under pressure. Then the pass comes forward to Cicino, who fires. Shot off the iron! That was Rocco, actually. Then another shot. Save! Wow. DiGirolamo, he's given up 2 goals. Ryan's pitching a shutout. But it's DiGirolamo who's really putting on a clinic with some of these saves. Turnover. Cormichaelikis has it. Makes the pass. Shot. Turned aside. And then flipped out of the zone. Sullivan's on it. Makes the D-to-D pass. That bounces over Bisagno's stick. Then it comes to Barbero, who carries it into the zone. Cuts the outside, poked off a stick by McGuire. McGuire gets it out, but it comes back to Sullivan. Sullivan under pressure, gives it to McGuire, who fires it in on net. And Ryan deflects it into the corner. Bisagno tried to move it up the boards, he couldn't. Puck's along the half wall. And then it comes to McGuire. McGuire fires a shot, that's blocked. Now he's gonna have to chase that one down. Barbero has a stick lifted from behind. Shot goes wide of the net. And then it's fired out by McGuire. It's going to trickle not all the way down, but close to it. Sullivan's forced to gather it behind his own goal line. Pass comes up towards Scotia. He puts the puck back and then back towards Sullivan. And then it bounces forward. Can't be settled by Wilson. Makes his move to evade one man, two man, carries it into the zone. He's pinned along the wall though now, and Schendorf's going to come away with it. Under pressure from Marcus, but Schendorf's using his bigger frame to shield the puck. And then he finds the open man. Another open man is found, but Aspromonte can't settle it. Puck comes to Scotia, then it comes towards the net. DiGirolamo poked that one just free, and then Sachem gets the clear. Coming nearly all the way down. St. Anthony's tried to get the clear. Drago kept it in. He settles it. Cuts. Oh, just perfectly timed poke check there, you know. The captain, Schendorf, carries it in. Resets along the half wall, fires shot towards the net, and that's deflected wide. Scorches on it. Fires it back down into the corner, where it's settled by Aspromonte, who continues to circle. Drops it back down to Schendorf. And then the puck finds its way to the point for Sevelis, who fires a shot on it. That's turned aside. Stoltenberg goes to collect, and he does. Fires a pass. That goes awry. Drago will chase. It's a one-on-one. Can't beat his man to the puck. Tried to settle it, tried to get it in deep. He did manage to settle it, but St. Anthony's heading the other way. Schendorf gets the puck, exits, or enters rather, the zone. Offsides. 1:25 remaining in play. Bergalozzi in the dot versus Aspromonte, or no, Ashton, my apologies. Face-off one back by Sachem. They've done an okay job on their face-offs. It's just about what they do with the puck after that. Ashton gathers it. Center ice, carries it in with speed. Forced to drop it off. Shot, save, rebound, nearly kicked into the net, kept down again! Another stick save from the Sachem blue line. That was fired up nearly all the way down, but Sevelis will take it the rest of the way. Under pressure from Saunders. He uses the net as a shield. Makes his turn once and then twice before backhanding it into the corner, where it's picked up, but Torquato intercepts that pass. And then it was intended to go to Taylor Riccio, who couldn't get it. Now they're forced to reset. Cisco makes the pass to Torquato. He's going to enter with speed. Cuts to the outside, cuts back in, fires it across. Saved by Ryan. And we get a whistle. Just a smart hockey play. You know, it feels like the Sachem team has gotten caught flat-footed a little bit when they're playing defense. They just haven't been able to shift gears in transition. Because you see plays like that where they play with a lot of speed, they play with a lot of intensity, and you know, if a team like Sachem is very well known for their depth, sometimes you wonder if maybe that's it, but I'm not even convinced it is. Ashton's heading to the box, so Sachem will go back on the power play, I believe. Just waiting to see what goes up on the board, if anything, because there's, yep, it's going to be a power play. You know, I just think it's, in this case scenario, I just think it's, I think it's more mental than actually physical, actually about skating ability. Face off, one forward. Kormichalikis carries. Broom trying to get back. McGuire trying to get back. Kormichalikis, shot, and a save. The puck ends up going wide. Sachem resets. Broom carries it in. Kormichalikis resets, looks up ice. Makes another move. Cuts the outside. McGuire forces him, pokes it. There was an arm in the air as that happened. I think McGuire is going to go to the box for hooking. So that'll do it for the power play. We're going to have 4-on-4 hockey when we come back for about not actually sure if we will or we won't. They're not taking anyone to the box. We'll put the power play back up for now. I don't know. They didn't take anybody to the box. They had an arm in the air, which makes it a little unclear. Maybe it was hand pass. I don't know. If there's not a penalty and they haven't sent anybody to the box, I'm not really sure why an arm was in the air to start with. Ryan will head back out to the box. It's been good when called upon, but on the other side, Michael DiGirolamo. He's just been fantastic. DiGirolamo, he's made big save after big save, and now they put the McGuire penalty on the board finally. So we're gonna be seeing 5-on-5 hockey. It's gonna be for the next 1 minute and 33 seconds. So then they'll have a 27-second St. Anthony's power play, and you know it's hard not to think that this is a scenario that's gonna help Sachem because, you know, until they prove otherwise, I mean, St. Anthony's has been the faster team on the ice, just to be blunt. I mean, I think part of it's mental, but they do have real speed. It's not me trying to take anything away from St. Anthony's, as Rocco can't quite win the face-off. Puck comes to Wilson. That's carried into the zone, shipped in. McGuire, the captain for Sachem, in the box as his team is fighting to stave off elimination. Pergolesi has it poked off his stick. St. Anthony's heads the other way. Sevelis carries it in. Walks in, fires shot, that's blocked. Then the arms come up after the play. He collides with Wilson. But now Sachem has the puck there trying to head the other way. Kormichaelikis forces a turnover. Definitely having a very strong game as he loses his footing. Kind of jinxed him there. Drago tried to get the clear, he couldn't. Puck's going to come out all the way on the other side for Sevelis, but he can't settle it for the shot. Puck is chipped into the corner. Kormichaelikis can't settle it, but he gets it back now, moves it to the point. Shot is whiffed. Sachem forces the turnover. They beat Sevelis. They're heading in 2-on-1, 2-on-2. Pergolesi's shot goes wide. You just got to get a better shot there than that. It's not a knock on the kid. It's just whistle. Not sure if there's too many men. It appears that's the call. Sachem bench not really thrilled about that, especially considering they definitely felt like one was missed against St. Anthony's earlier. I'm not saying that they were right. I'm just saying that's definitely what their bench was gesturing earlier. So if you're St. Anthony's, you know, they really it's been 4-on-4 hockey for a while. For the next 8 seconds, it's going to be 4-on-3. Then they're going to have a 1 minute and 52-second power play with, I believe, 34 seconds. 5-on-3 as Sullivan gets that puck off the face-off. Shot on net, saved by DiGirolamo. Fired up the boards, but Bisagno is going to keep that one in. It's 5-on-3. Shot, scores. Well, you know, that's just, Bisagno just walks in, fires that shot. Not sure if it got deflected. I believe it was. I believe that was deflected by couldn't quite get a look at the number there. So now they're still on the penalty kill. They're down 3-0. And St. Anthony's has the puck. You know, this is going to be a crucial kill because, you know, coming down from 2-0 is a stretch, especially when you haven't scored all game. Coming down from 3-0, is almost impossible. But a fourth goal, I mean, that might seal the deal for St. Anthony's. Schendorf cuts towards the net, fires a shot. That's turned aside by Sorry, apologies for that. DiGirolamo. Just a solid save, but you know, time is running out. Not just for this game, but for Sachem's season. As that puck comes aside, scores a shot, save! Just a gorgeous save there. And this is why I say DiGirolamo has been putting on a clinic. Just he pokes this one aside, can't get to it. Scores or settles it, tries to put a 5-hole. That's just that acrobatic save you need your goaltender to make at a time like this. I mean, that's really all it comes down to. As the faceoff is won by St. Anthony's. Settled by Catazone. Cross-ice pass, but it can't be settled by Leone. Leone. His pass goes into the skate. Knocked down by Matura. When the pass comes, shot goes over the net. It's shot from, I believe, Sevelis. But now Sachem heads the other way. Puck. Drago takes the hit in open ice, forced the turnover. Catazone picks that one up. He had a great chance, just couldn't maintain his footing there through the hit. Cicino carries it in, makes the pass to Ashton. Ashton shot, save! What a save there. Just watch this. The puck comes to Cicino. He's going to carry it in, fakes the shot perfectly. And you know, you got to take the pass there if you're Matura. That's the first thing that jumps out to me. That move and that just DiGirolamo doesn't flinch. And when you don't flinch in a situation like that, and you don't move much, it gives you a better chance on a breakaway, on a shootout. In a shootout, shot from Bisagno goes wide of the net. Before Sachem can settle it. I mean, it was just textbook. Made a lot of big saves for this Sachem team. You can envision him in a varsity sweater, maybe as soon as next year. Winning a lot of games for that varsity squad. So shot on net. Penalties expired. It's 5-on-5. Ashton gets it. Cuts the outside against McGuire. Finds the inside lane. Shot, scores! Well, beats the first defenseman. Just a perfect move, a perfect shot. You really can't ask your goalie to do anything there. I thought it was McGuire. Upon review, that was Drago on the defensive play. Just couldn't, you know. The way to phrase it is this. When you get caught flat-footed, when you get caught with maybe too wide a gap, you're putting yourself in a position to fail no matter how good a team you're playing. You know, more space isn't always better, and that goal from Ashton really shows it. Saunders gets the puck, skates in, fires a shot, that's blocked by Bisagno. Puck comes in front. It's loose, recovered by St. Anthony's. Barbero has it. Moves it up ice. Cuts to the outside, fires a shot towards the net, that goes wide. Valericio fires it down. Sevelis couldn't settle it. Icing is waved off. Saunders will chase, but he can't get to it. Just didn't show enough intensity at the end of that play, and it was a turnover. Sevelis puts it right in the skates of the defenseman. Sachem gets it right back, or St. Anthony's gets it right back, rather. Cormichaelikis finds the open man on the other side of the ice. Then it comes to the corner for Barbero, who evades Cisco. Fires a shot, that goes off the back of the net. Pick right back up, and another shot off the back of the net. Barbero throws a bit of a cross-check behind the whistle, no call. Puck ends up right behind the play, my apologies, up behind the whistle. Cormichaelikis gets a shot over the net. It's picked right back up by St. Anthony's. Kept in, comes to Barbero. Cormichaelikis cuts towards the center. And the puck ends up in the corner. Pass fired across, picked up by Sachem. They'll head down the other way. Dump and change for Sachem. Pergolizzi had it there for a second. Pergolizzi, my apologies. Just couldn't maintain. Puck comes up the boards towards Barbero. Wilson keeps it in. collects the puck, fires a shot that's blocked. Sachem collects, resets, shot in front, puck is loose, rebound, shot, another save from Ryan, and then it's rebound and it's covered. You know, we haven't seen a lot of Shea and Ryan, the all-star starting netminder for the St. Anthony's team, but you're going to see a lot of them here. He holds the pipe well. You don't see that from a lot of goalies. He can't get it covered, but he goes from holding one pipe to another pipe, and he's positioning himself so well. It looks easy, not because it is easy, but because when you keep yourself in the right position and you minimize your unnecessary movement, that's when you're at your most effective as a goalie. Face-off won by Sachem, playing with a little bit more intensity now. Maybe a little bit more confidence is the way to put it. Wilson has it, fires it across the crease. Marcus will chase against SCHSHL. SCHSHL's heading up ice. He's got the 3-on-3. Can't settle the puck. Ends up pushing it towards the point. Then a turnover. Wilson will head the other way with speed. And he loses it to Schendorf. But Schendorf carries it back into his own zone. Puck finds its way to Sullivan. He moves it across to Miller. Then finds its way up the boards where Sachem forces it back. Comes back to Sullivan. Kept in by Stoltenberg. Picked up by Sachem. In the corner now. Comes to the point. Fired back in. Now the puck ends up behind the net. St. Anthony's fires it up the boards. Wilson pinches to try and keep it in. Couldn't quite get there. Tipped in. SCHSHL has a breakaway. Makes his move. Shot. Save. He goes down. Wants a call. He won't get it. Not really sure what he wanted to call for, to be quite honest. Puck ends up back along the half wall. Aspermonte goes towards front of that backhand shot. Save. It's still loose. And it's saved. Just puck kind of sat there, kind of almost like suspended, for lack of a better term, because you watch Aspermonte, he makes the perfect move, and you know, if you're a Sachem defender, you can't bite. He takes the slash, probably should have gotten a call there. Shot comes towards the net, and you know, he makes the stick save. Puck is loose for like 2 seconds before he gets the chance to cover it. It's a great play by DiGirolamo, but you really would like to see, you know, if you're St. Anthony's, you got to get on those loose pucks. It's a 4-0 game, but, you know, the rest of the way, you're not going to be able to play that way. Puck leaves the zone. St. Anthony's resets. Sevelis moves it up the boards. O'Connor has it. Sachem has really come alive here a little bit since it became 4-0. You know, sometimes you say to yourself it's a little bit easier when you're down by this much, but I really think it's just a matter of fact that they played a little bit too conservatively to start. Now they're kind of starting to pick up. And you're seeing that, like, you know, it's not that far apart of a game, but they can play with these guys. As the face-off is won by St. Anthony's, Sevelis will step it in. Backhand. That shot went off the blocker, bounced high. Ashton got it, chipped it in. You know, St. Anthony's has some game breakers, but as O'Connor collects the puck, you do wonder if it could be closer. Puck comes. Taylor Riccio, he's got a breakaway. Coming in. One-on-one. Shot, backhand shot, save by Ryan. And then the puck comes the other way. Ashton tries to go outside of McGuire. Forced to circle the net. Comes up the wall. Walks the line. Fires into the corner, takes a hit from Lucevaro, as he does. Puck in the corner, picked up by O'Connor. Pass intended for Taylor Riccio is intercepted by Sevelis and chipped back in. McGuire moves up the wall. Miscommunique with Sachem wingers who were changing. Then Sachem gets the clear. That's going all the way down. No icing. It bounced off the wall before hitting the goal line. So now it's going to be carried the other way. Comes to Rocco, but his, oh wow, Barbero was offsides there by a lot. So Rocco was forced to reset. Finds Cormichaelikis, who chips it in, but then it's chipped back out. Changes hands a couple times before Saunders tried to make a lead pass, and you know, Saunders picks this back up. He's heading in, collects it, fires. think that was a pass intended for Torquato. Torquato just didn't know to skate into it. It's just, as the puck comes out to Carmichael, there's a lot of weird kind of almost plays for Sachem. Just like, it's always like the communication's a second off. Sachem gets the, St. Anthony's gets the puck. Rocco gets the shot, rebound, over the net. Carmichael had a wide open net as that goes into the netting. So we're getting a whistle here. 5:36 remaining in the period, 5:36 potentially remaining in the Braves season. Face off, one back by Pergolesi. Saunders is on it, you know. Puck comes up, takes a couple bounces. Pergolesi, he's back on it, carries it in, fires a shot, that's blockered aside. Along the wall. Wilson moves it down towards Saunders. Saunders tries to backhand towards that, went off the back of the net, maybe even the blocker of Rye before it's picked back up by Schendorf, one of St. Anthony's captains. Torquato has it, had his stick lifted by Scorsha as the puck ends up back in the corner, fired back around. Bisagno couldn't settle it. Saunders gets a shot. That goes just wide of the net. Just had a bit more time than he thought he did. And the puck comes back down to Sullivan. Puck along the wall. Schendorf gets it out. Aspromonte with Scorsha. He's got a 2-on-1. He times it right, but that pass goes under Aspromonte's stick. Sachem sends it almost all the way down. It's intercepted by Miller, carries it across the red line and fires it back in. Puck ends up behind the net and around the boards and to the point. Catazone's pass to Scorsha. Scorsha, very good skater. Not a ton of points on the year, but just a really solid 200-foot player. Sachem carries it in with speed. Drago has it. He loses the handle in the corner. Puck ends up with Schendorf, but he's knocked off the puck. He did not like taking that hit. Schendorf gets tied up with Stoltenberg. Schendorf's stick coming up a lot in that board battle. Not really sure why that is. That's all the way down. That's icing. You know, some of these players, especially for Sachem, and you see it a little bit for St. Anthony's, it's a lot about timing for both teams. And, you know, that's part of, you know, scoring goals at this level, at any level. But for some of the Sachem players, you know, you've just seen it. Maybe it's part of playing maybe in multiple leagues, even travel players. You have a different amount of time in certain leagues. And sometimes players don't realize it in the moment. Broom loses the puck to Catazone. Ends up in the corner. Shot goes off the iron. Ryan being asked to do a lot as Sachem fights to save their season. Puck comes up to the point. Shot was whiffed, but then a follow through. Puck is in the shot. Scores! It might be too little, it might be too late. But one thing's for sure. Sachem's on the board. Shot comes, it's blocked, ends up right there. Perfect shot right in the toy department. Just perfect placement. There's a timeout here. Believe it's coming from the Sachem bench. So they'll talk. You know, this is the type of play that Sachem's had the opportunity to create all game, you know. There's not a ton of huge gaps in this league anymore. It's not like the varsity division when I played like 4 years ago. It's much more balanced. It's a better league than it was then. Sachem bench boss going over the plan for the remainder of this period. You know, there's not a lot of time left. It's 3:06. It's just not a. It's not a situation you want to be in But the face-offs at center ice, Sachem. The same line back out there. They've definitely juggled some of their positions here, and you wonder if this might have helped earlier in the game. You don't want to burn your guys out. They played very smart positional hockey as the face-offs won. Stoltenberg takes a big hit from Sevelis. Arm is in the air. Bissing, no, touches up. Sevelis will go to the box. Clock reads 2:59. That's a big hit, open ice. That's definitely a little high. I mean, so now you're going to see a power play. You're also going to see an empty net. So it's going to be a 6-on-4. Pergolizzi, he's been fantastic in the dot all year. Tonight is no exception. Face off, one back by Pergolizzi, comes to the point. Shot comes to the front of the net, intercepted by Miller. Miller fires it all the way down. In! Well, that's gonna about do it. To be frank with you, I mean, you just can't, you can't have that happen. You just can't have that happen in a situation like this. It's a perfectly placed empty net shot, and you know that's not even the main issue with this. Just you can't send the puck to the slot and have nobody there when you have 6 guys on the ice and you're on the power play. I just don't understand how it happens if you're Sachem. It's just it's the mental mistakes that cost you a game like this. Stoltenberg shot, kind of whiffed on it, got a little bit on that with a deflection. As St. Anthony's fires that on the way down. Obviously not an icing with the penalty kill and all. As Michaelikis is knocked off the puck. Stoltenberg pokes it free, but it comes right back to Sullivan. Sullivan moves it up the boards. And Rocco dumps it in. Michaelikis recovers. He's the lone St. Anthony's player in the zone. Moved it to Miller. Miller tried to move it back, but it was turned over. Sachem heads up ice. They're still 5-on-4. As Pergolizzi fires a shot that goes wide of the net. Kept in by Drago. Sachem went empty net again. They turned it over. Oh, Leone gets that shot. That's right in. I don't know that there could be less. There just couldn't be a less opportune time, a more unfortunate time to turn that over. It's just, to be frank, I mean, you got to have clean possession before you do that. They just didn't. It's 6-1. I mean, if you're going to go down, you might as well go down swinging. But I don't know that they needed to go down 6-1. This game now eerily mirroring Smithtown Hauppauge versus East Ice. Up close for a while, but not necessarily at the end. McGuire gets the puck. The captain carries it up ice. Chips it in. St. Anthony sends it all the way down. Broom carries it up ice. Into the zone. Towards the net. Shot, save, rebound, loose. And a great chance for Sachem there. As the puck comes back out to Leone, you know, that's the type of play. Broom's a real solid skater. He probably had a chance to carry it 4 or 5 other times this game. And, you know, you never want to ask a player to play too much outside their comfort zone or try and force things or try and play hero hockey. But as that puck's turned over, as the power play comes to an end, and we're at 5-on-5, it's clear that this could have worked. And, you know, if you had started this a bit earlier, maybe impact and momentum, this could have been a much closer game. Chip back up the ice by Sachem. It's going to be picked up by Barbero, who's going to carry it into his own zone. Chips it to Miller. And then Cecino chips it on the pass. Leone will chase. Beats Forte to the puck. St. Anthony's just trying to run the clock out. Forte pins it along the wall. Then Cecino gets it. Turns it over, but you know, St. Anthony's going to advance the second round. Barbero with the big hit against Lucevero. No call coming in the last minute. You know, that's going to be it. for Sachem season. That's going to be it for this game for St. Anthony's. They're moving on to the second round. In a matchup of 2 versus 7, the 2 seed won in a matchup of 1 versus 8. The 1 seed won March Madness. This is not. But you know, if you're Sachem, and you know they're missing some key players, obviously, just guys who didn't meet the required number of games to play in the postseason, guys who were hurt and didn't reach the required number of games. I mean, it's a tough loss, obviously, and they're not necessarily a team that can absorb losses the same way St. Anthony's can. I mean, St. Anthony's is a really deep program. They're a really good program. And they deserve the win tonight. So that's all for Wednesday Night Hockey. Thank you so much for watching on the Long Island Sports Network. Be sure to give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That's at LIS, or at LI Sports Network, that is. I'm not going to spell the whole thing out. I'm Jack Ziska and John Levecki on camera. Thank you so much for watching from us here at LISN. Thank you, and good night.